Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So if you know me, you know that I'm all about the diversity in the writing and the publishing, but this being the internet, a lot of people are not into the diversity. They think that including diverse characters and diverse voices from diverse storytellers is censorship. Somehow. But then there's another subset of people who aren't against the diversity, it just isn't that important to them. Story, they will tell you, is the only thing they care about. They don't care if a story is diverse or not as long as the story is good. Well, I'm here to break it to you that diversity is part of good storytelling. Let's take a storytelling fundamental. Protagonist versus antagonist. You gotta have them both, and the better your antagonist is, the better your story in general. And what makes a good antagonist? Well, most good writers will tell you that you have to make them a real person with real emotions that the reader can empathize with. Why is this good? Well, your book has a point, right? It's discussing a topic, a subject matter, something important. The more points of view you show your reader about that topic, the more they will understand it, and the more they will enjoy the process of understanding. Even if one of those viewpoints comes from a villain, somebody whose view of the world is warped and twisted, you still give your reader a greater understanding of the world. Well, it turns out that's also true with diverse viewpoints, because diverse people who come from different backgrounds see the world in different ways. There's something more than a little bit racist about authors who are willing to research terrorist organizations so that they can write more believable terrorists, but aren't willing to research American workplace discrimination so they can write a more realistic office setting in their super spy organization. Here's another thing that usually contributes to great storytelling: accuracy. We praise authors who can capture the grit and sweat of coal miners, the tense humidity of Brazilian logging, and the casual competence of the Wild West cowboys. Well, it turns out that people of all colors, genders, and sexualities have been in human history since forever. When you write about medieval England and 100% of your characters are white and 80% of them are male and 0% of them are gay, you are not being historically accurate, no matter how fine your description of the horses and the buggies. Not buggies. They didn't have buggies, or they wouldn't have called them buggies. They had buggy-like contraptions. You get the point. You are allowed to break the rules of humanity, and even reality when you write. Physics can be your plaything as long as you have a good reason to break its laws. But a growing percentage of the world is waking up to the fact that whitewashed, male-centric narratives are just not accurate to real life. And they are starting to realize that your decision to tell another story of a tortured white male who is irresistible to women, who are plot objects, by the way, is just inept storytelling. No matter how beautifully you write it, no matter how gripping your plot, no matter how electric your turns of phrase, modern readers will not respect you any more than they would if you wrote a sex scene where a woman's breasts were located somewhere in the small of her back. Because clearly, you're writing about something you think people will enjoy, but which you're not actually that terribly well informed about. Maybe you think ignoring diversity is more marketable. It's not. Maybe you think it makes you a more pure storyteller. It doesn't. Maybe you think straight white people are the ones who really need their stories told in this world, in which case, what are you doing on my YouTube channel? Go away. Right now, some of you are probably feeling uncomfortable. You're feeling like the bad man on the YouTube is forcing you to conform to rules you never agreed to. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I cannot physically do that. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to tell you that the way that you viewed storytelling is not only wrong, it's going extinct. I don't want you to go extinct. I want you to evolve. I want you to learn, to adapt, to become better, to learn what is expected of the modern storyteller so that you don't get lost to history with the rest of the dinosaurs. Though I will die before I will admit that dinosaurs had feathers and not rubbery Jurassic Park skin. There is only so much historical accuracy I can take. And that is it for today, Rebel. While you're here, why don't you check out another video from the channel? YouTube seems to think you would really enjoy that one up there. Or you can support my Patreon and see the secret videos I release every weekend. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!